Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Agile Awareness series. My name is Bulla from HEBO Consult. I'm a project management trainer, coach, and also project management enthusiast. I'm with Emmanuel, my fellow project management trainer, coach, and enthusiast from Ghana. Hi, Emmanuel. How are you doing today?
Hi, Bulla. I'm good. And how are you too?
Good to have you here. So today we're talking about Agile project management, basically. So when we talk about Agile, and even from the Agile manifesto, we know that it originated from software development, and it's been associated mostly in the tech world, in the software development world. And it's always perceived as if Agile is for software engineers and software development projects. How far does that go? What do you think of that?
Yeah, thank you, Bulla. I would say to a very large extent, yes, Agile, as we know it today, and even the manifesto, came from people with software as their capabilities, as their expertise. So software engineers actually drafted the Agile manifesto that we know today. So to some extent, it is coming from that angle. But if you look at the philosophy, it is not only peculiar to software development. I would say rather solution development. So
I like that.
the philosophy would now focus on solution development.
So solution development, meaning that it goes beyond even software development, beyond IT projects, yeah?
That's right. That's right.
Because we mostly, or the way that Agile is structured is more of developing solutions, customer collaboration, emphasis on collaboration among the teams, emphasis on individuals and interaction over processes and tools.
That's right.
Emphasis on responding to change in order to deliver value as quickly as possible. So responding to change rather than following one solid concrete plan. But we'll talk about that planning on another one of our series. But being that it's not for Agile is not just for software projects or software development projects like developing apps, developing IT solutions. How far does Agile project management or Agile practices go? How applicable are they in other industries?
So, like we mentioned, the focus is on solution delivery, delivering value for our customer. So whether it is marketing, whether it is in construction, manufacturing, health, education, transportation, we're providing our customers with solutions.
Right.
And in applying the philosophy in these sectors, you are looking at making sure that you understand customer needs.
Okay.
So if you want to address a need, you need to understand what the need actually is. And Agile helps us to be able to have that collaboration with the customer, learn what their pain points are, and then provide solutions tailored to deal with those problems, solve the problems, deliver value, because they're also going to pay us for the value. And if you think about the creativity that we get from implementing Agile, using Agile in delivery, you help your team members to become creative because you are looking at problem solving, and that requires a lot of thinking, being creative to be able to deliver solutions that solve real problems for real customers.
Interesting, quite interesting. And I like that you're talking about problem solving through innovation, through creativity. And this is what Agile is also all about, because when you foster that collaboration among team members, but also collaborating with customers because of the, iterative nature of delivery of solutions. It really comes down to being able to solve problems creatively, but also sustainable solutions as well, because the customer is involved, the team members are involved, and everybody is hands-on, and then even the feedback loop is also shorter and more efficient. So with that, I feel like these approaches of agile practices and agile project management really they tie into every industry. They tie into solutions, they tie into projects that are deployed and delivered across all industries. Say in construction, for example, with construction projects, with infrastructure projects, these huge projects that we always see that they require comprehensive planning because of the obviously the dependencies, but also the budget of the projects. How do you think we can apply or suggest that Agile should be applied in such big construction or infrastructure projects? So for example, if you're building, you have building a bridge, or maybe even housing projects or complex commercial complexes. How do we tie Agile in there?
Thank you. So with the construction industry, a few of the friends that we know in this area who have also learned about Agile and try to adapt it have come up with ways in which they really implement Agile in these construction areas. For example, instead of trying to get a complete plan as to how the floor will be divided, they rather would want to leave it open for a future state where they can now look at partitioning the various rooms. So columns will be built, columns can be built, and then once the columns are built, opportunity will come later in the future for the users, if it's a house, to determine how they want the rooms to be partitioned. So that will not be done aforetime, upfront. No, it can be left. And that is what Agile does for us. You can actually iterate how the entire solution, in this case, the building, should be in the end. Right. But that can be done iteratively, than it being upfront from the beginning that, okay, this is our plan. We have 10 rooms in this particular building, and this is where every portion of the room will be. That can be done even later, after you have done the columns and done other construction aspects of the building. That is being Agile.
Nice, nice. So it's all about iteration. It's all about doing the bare minimum that will give you the highest value, but the focus is on the results. And as you deliver in iterations and increments, you're able to actually see results at the time that they are required. Yeah.
Exactly.
I see that also in research projects. Agile would apply very well in research projects because you deliver in increments, and then also in educational projects for those who are working in curriculum development. You don't have to develop the entire curriculum on one go, maybe spend like a whole year to develop a curriculum or 6 months. You can do subsections that are valuable, and then they go and they get feedback.
Exactly.
And then there is a level of improvement with every iteration. Also, on the same note, in industries that are developing, sort of construction industries or infrastructure industries, piloting, prototyping, that's also another way of implementing Agile, yeah?
That is true.
That with the prototype.
And we have softwares for that, right? You can actually use softwares to actually construct the building, walk you through the building to see how the building actually will look like in the end. And that is very interesting as well.
Nice. And we see also in construction, what do you think of in manufacturing, in manufacturing, in the manufacturing industry?
So in manufacturing industry, they usually want to practice what we call lean. And the principles in lean, which are also agile in nature, focuses on delivering value for the customer, minimizing waste. Right. And in manufacturing, a lot of things happen that, if not taken care of, can lead to waste. So the value stream, you want to look at the value stream from beginning to end, when raw materials are received from the supplier all the way to when the product is developed to the customer. What in the stream is waste can be considered as waste. We want to eliminate that. So every construction, every manufacturing industry would want to look at the process that they use to be able to deliver their solutions to their customers, their products, and then make it effective. So that is where process improvement comes in, right? Continuously, we want to make improvement. So Agile can help us to see where there are bottlenecks in the value stream, where there are challenges and non-value added situations, to be able to rectify them, make the value stream waste-free, efficient, optimum, to be able to deliver the solutions at the lowest cost possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. So interesting to know that even lean manufacturing systems or solutions, that also falls under Agile. Waste minimization and automatically increasing throughput, increasing efficiency, which comes back to delivering value quickly to the customers. That's awesome. That is awesome to know. So what we're saying basically is that Agile project management, together with Agile practices, they are not just designed for IT and software development projects, but rather they are applicable in any and every industry, be it in finance, be it in construction and infrastructure, in research and development projects, in manufacturing as well. It all comes down to the principles and the values that are at the core of all Agile frameworks and all Agile methodologies. So just to close this, Emmanuel, what do we want to advise those teams or professionals who are considering to start off Agile, their Agile journey, or maybe even start practicing Agile, or in other words, the people who are new to Agile? Any few things you want to say?
Yes, I would want to advise that, one, we need to eschew from our minds the thinking that Agile is for only software engineers. It is not for only software engineers. And as we have heard, the values, the principles that underpin the philosophy really can be applicable in all industries. The focus is delivering solutions to our customers in the best possible way, so that they realize value at the time when they need it, and also to collaborate with them and make sure that we are using innovation, creativity in solving problems. If we are able to think that way, no matter the industry where we find ourselves, we can be able to apply the principles of Agile. Thereby, we need to learn. It is necessary for us to learn it and then see how we can apply it in our industry. That would be my take for this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. That is nicely said. And at this point, I think we can close. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening.